paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching Fox News as I worked out this morning.
Horrors in this house. There's some horrors in this house. There's some horrors in this house. There's some horrors in this house. I said certified freak. 7 days a week. Wet ass P word. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, you effin' with some wet ass P word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P word. Give me everything you've got for this wet ass P word. Beat it up, N-word, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this P word right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This P word is wet, come take a dive. It continues along these lines. And it gets significantly more vulgar. Like, a lot more vulgar.
I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. My children aren't going hungry. I'll do it. I'll drink your blood. And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like sizing up? I'm gonna haul him up back chain. Chop his ass up, size it up. I'm gonna haul him up back chain. Chop, 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 chop. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I'll barbecue your ass flat. I will cook your ass up so fast, and I'll tell them, "Oh, I killed a cow out back, baby." You think Christ would eat somebody? He would never do that. I will. I'm ready to hang them up, gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass I will eat your ass first. I swear to God, if it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna get my hands around your throat.
What rolls downstairs, a motor in pairs, rolls over your neighbor's dog? What's great for a snack and fits on your back? It's long, long, long. It's long, long. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's long, long. It's better than bad, it's good. Everyone wants a log. You're gonna love it long. Come on and get your log. Everyone needs a log.
Log from Blammo.
It's another Mirror broadcast. Let's go! How's it going, chat? How you doing? It is another crazy stream that we've got lined up for today. That's right. It is the eve of New Year's Eve, the best and worst holiday of them all. Some people don't even celebrate it. Just kind of go to bed right before the ball falls down, giving up on it. But no, we're here celebrating it the day before it happens. Okay, this bit's over. It is the 30th of December. That's right. So one of the last days of 2022. And yeah, 2022. I know what's going on. Yeah, there you go. Barely Political doesn't celebrate it. But we are going to celebrate Andrew Tate getting arrested. That's right, everybody. That's right. The craziest of misogynists has he done getting got. And we're going to see how that played out I'm super excited. I'm here for it. I hope you're here for it. It's going to be a good stream. So we're going to check out the news, see what the actual facts of the matter are. As far as I'm aware, he got arrested in Romania by federal authorities because of allegations of trafficking people, which is bad and wrong, and we don't like that here on this channel. Very anti, and yeah, he's hopefully gonna lose his freedom, but maybe he's out on bail. Like, who knows? I don't know. I have no idea what actually the facts are. So we're gonna start off there, and then we're gonna see what the commentary is on it. There's some streamers who have already reacted, and what's after that? Yeah, I'm gonna announce that we got the poetry finals tonight on Poet TV. That's right, another massive show that I'm running tonight. It's gonna be good. We're gonna be listening to all sorts of crazy, wonderful poets who are gonna be judged. So all sorts of great content today. For some reason, the music keeps stopping every couple seconds. So if it's just messed. All right, we're gonna give up on the music. We're gonna jump straight to the news. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for the follow, Big Almond. Hope you're doing good. All right, let's hop to. We're gonna start off with Sky News here. Whenever you want to see how Europe is reacting to things, you go to Sky News. And I think my computer is just like super unhappy with me right now. It's like, hey now, you were gone for a while. All right. So let's get to the first bit.
The controversial social media influencer Andrew Tate has been arrested in Romania on suspicion of human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized crime group.
Organized crime?
Is here with more. Ashna, for the uninitiated, who is he and what's he being accused of in more detail?
Well, Andrew Tate is a former kickboxer.
She said taint.
He is a deeply controversial online influencer who has
controversial
multiple platforms, including Facebook and Instagram, for promoting hate speech and misogynistic commentary. In the past, some of the things that he said, well, he's suggested that victims of rape bear some responsibility in their assault.
Of course. Hey, it's not a B-word broadcast without actual help from the audience. All right, let's do that again.
The controversial social media influencer Andrew Tate has been arrested in Romania on suspicion of human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized crime.
Why won't you work? Look at this shit. It's just like stops.
Is here with more. Ashna, for the uninitiated.
You ever see a problem like that? Where the video just like pauses every couple seconds? I swear I'm not doing it. I swear other videos aren't playing. In today's episode of Chat Helps Stream.
Social media influencer Andrew Tate has been arrested in Romania.
Wow, weird. What?
On suspicion of human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized.
You ever see a problem like that? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. That's like half of my videos come from YouTube. What if YouTube's broken, everybody? Quick check to make sure YouTube is broken.
The controversial.
Yeah. Well, you see, I can't exactly. I pay for this stuff and it doesn't even work.
Social media influencer Andrew Tate has been arrested in Romania on suspicion.
Wow, weird. No, I'm joking. Of course YouTube's not broken. I've seen this problem once before, but I've never really figured out how to fix it. So let's move on. This is Andrew Tate mocked after a pizza tweet to Thunberg may have led to arrest. There's like this big arc that Alejandra Carabello detailed really well. So let's start here because this is funny. Romanian authorities needed proof that Andrew Tate was in the country, so they reportedly used his social media posts. His ridiculous video yesterday featured a pizza from a Romanian pizza chain, Jerry's Pizza, confirming he was in the country. This is absolutely epic. And you can see the little Jerry's there at the bottom, the giant arrow. Not only did Greta Thunberg destroy Andrew Tate with her tweet, she made him so angry he inadvertently tipped off Romanian authorities of his presence in Romania with his lame comeback video. Greta is an absolute legend. Now I don't believe her believe Alejandra, like, just straight up, because I think we don't know that's true. But it's a very funny story. The investigators waited for the Tate brothers to return to Romania. For 9 months, anti-mafia prosecutors put together all the evidence taken from the Tate brothers' villa and from the video chat studio in order to be able to prove that the accusations made during the hearings by their alleged victims are real. Sources close to the investigations stated for Gandul, which is the press that we're reading from, that shortly after the completion of the computer expertise, the authorities waited for the right moments to catch the Tate brothers, who were always out of the country. After seeing, including on social networks, that they were together in Romania, the DIICOT prosecutors mobilized the special troops of the gendarmerie and descended by force on their villa in Pipera, but also on other addresses. Kind of funny that this whole recent thing has been, I'm everywhere, Matrix cannot catch me. Yeah, a downfall in 4 parts. Like, it all started with him being like, yeah, exactly. Just like, it's like such toxic masculinity on display here. He's just like, hello, Greta Thunberg. I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a W16 8-liter quad turbo. My 2 Ferrari 812 Competizione have 6.5-liter V12s. This is just the start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions. It's just like, bro, wait, what? And she just smacks back immediately. Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. And then he gets back at her with, thank you for confirming via your email address that you do have a small penis at Greta Thunberg. The world was curious, and I do agree you should get a life. And then he posted a whole video. I can't. Why you do this? Oh my, it's 2 minutes. I haven't seen this yet. It's got 15 million views. My word. Oh, taint. Oh, what you doing? Yeah, I have confirmed that my computer officially hates me. They had some pretty yikes memes. Oh, feed me. This is gonna be nothing but funny content. All right, let's see here.
Release some greenhouse gases. I'm obviously a stranger to.
See, isn't that crazy? Oh man. Oh jeez. I mean, honestly, I can't play videos. Whoa, what? How about Twitter? My computer is like very unhappy right now, apparently. Extremely unhappy. What could it be? Maybe it's all you guys. There's too many of you watching. My computer can't handle it.
Online controversy is not something I often do. But now, the mainstream press is commenting on the fact that I was informing
10
Greta
hours?
that my very extensive car collection with internal combustion engines, which run on dead dinosaurs.
Dead dinosaurs.
Enormous emission.
Enormous
profile.
Emissions profile.
And she replied by telling me her
Okay, let's try to see if we can handle full screen. Come on, computer. You can do it.
own email address. Greta's email address is I have small dick energy.
He's gonna logic.
Why would that be your own
He's
email
debate
address?
broing it.
Strange. I mean, obviously I don't want to assume her gender. It's 50-50, but it is what it is.
With
I'm
the
not
cigar.
actually mad at Greta. Please bring me pizza and make sure that these boxes are not recycled. Thank you. So I'm not actually mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed. She doesn't realize she's a slave of the Matrix.
The
She thinks
Matrix!
She's doing good. Someone has sat her down and convinced her to try and convince you to beg your government to tax you into poverty.
Poverty.
To stop the sun from being hot.
Be afraid. Doesn't make any sense when you put it that way now, does it?
And then, because I called her out on it, the global Matrix got this bot farm to like and retweet and all this bot commenting to try and pretend that her telling me that she has a small dick in her own email address somehow teaches me a lesson.
I love that he's like jumping on this. He's just like, yeah, I got her. I got her so good. Got her so good. And she was just trying to work in two jokes into the
Welcome to a new episode of The Clown Show.
Bruh.
But now I know, at least, that Greta, with her little hate-filled face, bitter, sitting somewhere without the heating on, in the cold, a little hat, shivering, views my
Actually
tweets,
deranged.
which is going to make my Twitter account far more fun into eternity.
Okay, look, actually deranged. Look at this face at the end. Holy cow. I can't even. All right, blasting off on Twitter. There's the tweet. Viewing on Twitter, that's where all the news happens. Let's see if my computer can handle news.
Of human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized crime group. Our correspondent Ashna Hernag is here with more. Ashna, for the uninitiated, who is he and what's he being accused of in more detail?
Well, Andrew Tate is a former kickboxer, but as you mentioned there, he is a deeply controversial online influencer who has been taken off multiple platforms, including Facebook and Instagram, for promoting hate speech and misogynistic commentary. In the past, some of the things that he said...
Last time I watched a bunch of Andrew Tate content, I had a huge amount of toxic people in the chat, just like, men and women aren't equal, like, and it's just like, bro, you get offline. Touch grass. Kickboxer world champion.
Well, he's suggested that victims of rape bear some responsibility in their assault.
Bro.
Women, he's described them as being property belonging to men.
Oh my
And he's
God.
described himself, in his own words, as being the king of toxic masculinity. Last night, he was arrested in Bucharest, where he moved in 2017 with his brother. He was arrested alongside his brother, Tristan Tate, on suspicion of human trafficking.
I think we got the perp walk too. Some intrepid Romanian journalists waited all night for the popo to arrive.
Rape, and of forming an organised crime group. Here's what he told reporters outside.
Tristan Tate seems like a swell dude. Based on what? Clearly he knows if he got arrested right beside his brother, it means they got something on him too. I don't know. I don't know about that. I think he might just not have been the public. Like, he could have just been working the back of the house, not the front of the house, right? The cook and the server.
So a very short response from him, led away there with his brother. Inside, when they raided that property, police found guns, they found knives and wads of cash. Prosecutors say the 4 suspects, there were 2 other Romanian nationals also arrested, appear to have created an organised crime group with the purpose of recruiting, they say, housing and exploiting women by forcing them to create pornographic content meant to be seen on specialised websites.
When you watch dinky little cop shows like NCIS or Law and Order, SVU, like, these are usually the bad guys. This is the stereotypical bad guy. Like, oh man, they opened a crate and it turns out that they were moving people. Yeah, I think that charming guy over there, get him. The Lex Luthor said.
Have declined to comment. Their lawyer has acknowledged that yes, they have been detained. It's reported though that police needed proof that both these brothers happened to be in the country. And they did that by allegedly monitoring their social media sites. And since Andrew Tate has been engaging in a Twitter row, some viewers may have...
It's amazing. It's amazing. A Twitter row is going to bring him down.
...seen with climate activist Greta Thunberg. In his latest tweet...
That got a bit ugly, didn't it?
It did. He's recently tweeted a video of him alongside some pizza boxes belonging to a Romanian company, and that was allegedly the way the police went on to find
I heard
him.
a different story.
Thunberg reacting in the last half an hour or so, tweeting, "This is what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes." So reacting to that.
She
doesn't miss a trick.
She's fast.
No, she doesn't. But he will be detained and questioned for the next...
That was my content. You stole my future content.
24 hours.
Awesome. Actually incredible. Yo, welcome to the stream, Pickling. Thanks for the follow. No, not that right now. Okay, moving on. We watched his extremely deranged video. Hello. We actually have the perp walk, so let's watch that from this angle. More footage from the raid of the Romanian police against Andrew and Tristan Tate. Now, my computer's never had so many people watching it, so it's It's freaking out. It's going super slow for some reason. There's too much content coming through the internet. Is there any audio? There may not be audio to this clip. Just straight up. Streaming from Montreal. Montreal. La belle ville. Oh, this has audio. Oh boy. That's a raid. That's a raid if I ever saw one. And there's a journalist. Yeah. You're from Germany. You moved to Romania for family reasons? Oh, okay. So this is kind of news about the country you're in right now? That's fun. Is this big news over there? Is everybody like yay or boo? Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it's like a very public mob boss gets caught. It's like, ladies and... Oh, really? Okay. I don't know. Oh, look at the gorilla. The gorilla of... He's got a gorilla made of dollar bills. What a clown. Oh, man. So at some point, he's standing in front of a gorilla made of dollar bills. And yeah, staring at a bunch of cameras being like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And making the same like ape sounds of like just freaking out. Gendarmerie officers raiding his mansion. Yeah, that's what I read. It's awesome. Get him. Get him. Oh. Awesome. Actually, so much fun. Okay, here is the photo that went viral, which is a good one. It's a good little photo. Next up, we've got cope. Do we have some copium? Okay, yeah. So we're gonna listen one more news bit, and then we'll start going into commentary, and then like, yeah, if you got any copium from right wingers, barely, just drop it in the chat. Luxury villa of influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan raided by Romanian police. They're calling him a British influencer. Man, ever since Brexit. What has Britain done for us lately? A luxury villa belonging to the controversial influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan was raided by armed police in Romania. The raid was conducted by, and this is the Directorate for the Investigation of Organized Crime and Terrorism, DCOT. I thought it was called like Greta or something. I thought there was a joke somewhere where the organization that like investigated them spells out Greta, but maybe I'm wrong. This is the footage we just watched. Under the investigation for the alleged kidnapping of 2 young women. So it's going to be 2 people. He did lived in the UK. He was on Big Brother. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. I think Jobry did a video on it, and he just like got clowned on, and everybody made fun of him until he got ejected. They allegedly suspect the creation of an organized criminal group with the explicit aim of recruiting and exploiting girls for the creation of pornographic clips. And I think like the girls do porn guys also got like criminal charges. Yeah. Dude came in, spoke facts, and got kicked out. Oh yeah, barely. What facts did he claim? I'm gonna press you. There's now reports that the prosecutors in Bucharest are looking to ask the court to detain him for 30 days. Because that's the question I have, is like, is the court gonna be like, yoink, on his social media, is he going to get bail, all that stuff. These would be intended for distribution for a fee on profile sites, especially OnlyFans, as they claimed. He told everyone that everyone was talking shit about everyone else, okay? People got mad, and he got kicked out because he said he'd defend himself. Yeah, I mean, if you're on a show that's like drama farming, I don't think anyone wants anybody to pull back the curtain, even if it's like... Even as like, it's like firebrand kind of stuff, right? Trying to cut through the cloth. A statement was subsequently released by Romania's Directorate for the Investigation of Organized Crime and Terrorism. They confirmed in the statement that cops raided 5 homes, tied to 4 suspects as part of an investigation into organized crime, human trafficking, and R-word. And Andrew and Tristan are accused of obtaining large sums of money with which they bought houses, luxury cars, maybe like 33 of them, and cryptocurrencies, which are now worth not a lot. Under Romanian law, they can detain people for 30 days pending investigation. They request the extension into at least 180 days. I see. So it just has to go to the court and be like, look, what we found in 30 days. Yeah. The case against them started back in April when DCOT investigated the case of a young American woman seized involuntarily by 2 British citizens. All right, let's go. Is there bail in Romania? Good question. I imagine there is. So this is Aiden Ross. Listen to Aiden Ross struggle his heart out to say the word catastrophic. I can't even say it. Ah, jeez. I'm thinking of the time when he looked up fascism, and it was really funny. It was really funny. Talking about the Andrew Tate drama.
All right, Chad, look, I just woke up to some crazy catastrophical news about Andrew.
Whoa!
They just got raided and arrested in Romania.
Yeah, there's bail.
Listen, it's over some sexual trafficking. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what's going on. All I know is
catastrophical
feud with someone named Greta,
Woo!
Something like that.
Sheesh.
And something happened where she basically said something like "email me" or something like that. All right.
Wow. Informing his audience. This the youth of today. Paraglobism says, and he thinks Trump can pardon Tate for a crime committed in Romania. Is he actually this 7 IQ, or is he doing a bit? I don't know, Paraglobism.
And this is also just a side thing, I thought. If they have trouble getting out of jail, this is exactly why we need Trump back in office. This is why not history is important. Not history. It's history what's not important. It's what's politics are important. Certain people in office will make sure that stuff like this doesn't happen. And
imagine people taking him and his beard seriously. Like, I mean, bro, what is this? What is this? What are you saying? I will almost always play. This is also an incredible clip. First Trump, now Tate. Yeah, seriously, they banned. Hey, I thought Trump was let back onto Twitter. What's going on?
What does a fascist mean?
This will never not be funny.
It means you are a far right authorization ultra-analytic. Oh my God! Ultra-analyst, political ideology movement characterized by dictator leadership, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition.
I mean, this is him reading a book. Look, he's reading.
So I don't know what that means, bro. I swear to God.
It's awesome. It's incredible. It's so good.
I don't know what the fuck a fascism is. I don't know what the fuck that is. Benito Mazzulli and Giviante Genitile and Jason Stanley. Who the fuck are these people, bro? Never heard of my fucking life. What is an example of a fascist?
Nazi party.
All right.
He learns that the Nazis were fascists.
Bro, see what I'm saying, chat? Like, this is why I don't fuck with y'all, bro. Like, dude, like, this is what the fuck I don't... Bro, I don't fuck with y'all, bro. I do not fuck with you guys.
Oh my God, I will never not... Alright, some more news. I will never not laugh at that video. Man, I hope I get to watch that on a regular basis for at least a year. I don't know when it will get old. It's pretty incredible. Okay, let's move on. We got some good dumb people. Speaking of which, Aba and Preach, I've never actually listened to these two, but I caught like maybe 30 seconds of someone reacting to them, and it seemed like bad takes. So we're in the commentary section of the stream, officially Act 2. So let's get rid of all of that. So yeah, any Aba and Preach fans? And anyone, do we know Aba's grounded? Preach just makes more memes. Okay.
Romania got arrested. And his brother as well. So if you guys remember, back in April, there were human trafficking charges essentially against Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate for supposedly holding captive 2 women, 1 Romanian and 1 American woman. They both tell different sides. The woman claims that she was held there against her will by the Tate.
Yeah, that's a yikes for me, dog. That's just an immediate like, uh-oh, the police are saying what now?
Brothers, and she wasn't allowed
okay, thank you.
to leave. And
This is literally the first. This is my first time actually watching them.
Her boyfriend ended up calling the embassy, which makes you wonder, like, what is she doing out there? But who knows? We don't know. Okay? But she claims that she was held, and she contacted her boyfriend, or somebody was watching the live stream, and that's how they found out. And they called.
Watching the live stream.
The Tates say, no, this girl flew in. Tristan was the one that was talking to her, and essentially 2 conversations. She ended up flying out to Romania to party, and then they kept her. She went over there, and based off the CCTV footage that they have inside, they claim that she was free to leave and she could go at any time. Romanian police released them after the April 11th stuff. We don't hear any more about this. And fast forward to today, and they've charged him, which means that after an investigation, things have shifted.
Controversial influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan are arrested in Romania as part of a human trafficking probe. News broke late Thursday evening by BNO News that the pair were arrested on December 29th. Now, this news comes just hours after Tate made waves with climate activist Greta Thunberg going back and forth on Twitter about carbon dioxide emitting cars. Tate, who had previously been kicked off social media platforms for so-called misogyny and hateful ideations, had also made news last month. As Long Crime Network's Sidebar reported, he sued YouTuber Ethan Klein after Klein called him a sex trafficker. Now, at the time, Tate's attorneys sent Klein a cease and desist order.
Yo, Ethan Klein, man, he keeps popping up, man. That's a real comedian. That's a top G. That's a top G right there.
Some reports now say Romanian officials used Tate's social media to confirm he was in their country before his arrest. We're still learning new details in this case and will continue to bring you the latest developments as they come in.
What do you do now? I believe you. I believe you. I don't even have to do research. I know he's got that chip on his shoulder. They also found an American woman and also a Moldovan woman in Romania. Those from the Republic of Moldova are referred to as Bessarabians. Is it like Bess, like an adjective to Arabian? Bessarabians? Meaning like maybe from Upper Arabia or something like that. I used to be a member and watch all his podcasts daily. Super big fan. But now dude makes everything political. Not more goose. Hates everyone. How's his show with Hassan, the Leftovers? That seemed like a good pairing. They seem like they would vibe with each other and keep it fun and happy, you know? Happy-go-lucky. Here's the silent content from before. Leftovers is pretty funny if you don't take everything seriously, but unfortunately make all their jokes super serious. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's Hassan for you. He has no chill sometimes. It's the historical name for the territory of the Republic of Moldova, and also the western part of the Principality of Moldova is also called Moldova. The western part of the Principality of Moldova is also called Moldova. And otherwise, the old name was called Bessarabia. Bessarabians. I'm learning so much from our new follower. They sometimes watch videos of cops being bad, which is good. Expose that shit. But when they say every single cop is a shit person and beats their wives, it's just what's CBA?
The table.
Can't be ours. I don't know if that's an acronym. You made that one up. Yeah, usually the retreat is ACAB is you're talking about the system, not like it's not that every cop is a bastard, it's that the job is a bastard. It's usually how.
Now, some people speculate that it's because he's had his little spat with Greta Thunberg on Twitter, and it's made news.
I think there was a tweet from, I'll see if I can pull it up again, but Robert Evans quote tweeted an old post from like a month ago that Tate showed of like the Romanian hillside, and he's like, hey, I'm in Romania. And it's like, yeah, I think the police knew he's been in Romania for like a month right now. When I listen to a podcast, I want to goof and laugh, not listen to two people. One which is mid at best, Hassan, and one which just follows what he says. H3, spelled some absolute dog shit, take their fans, then use it to harass others, just super toxic. That's fair. You're in their private Discord because you're a member and quite active. Hey, man, yeah, I mean, people change. People change. I mean, part of Hassan's brand is being the angry lefty. So, like, sometimes that can just get into, like, kind of bad content. You ended up getting permabanned? You said that racism isn't an exclusively white issue? What do you mean, an exclusively white issue? All right,
we'll come back to that the Romanian government sent the police after him. Other folks say it's because of the investigation. Hard to say.
Sure.
I would wager that I don't think the Romanian police would go after him because of a bunch of tweets about Greta. So likely.
The eastern part of it is the eastern part of Romania in current day is currently the Republic of Moldova. The reason why they were divided is due to Russia in 1918. That territory became part of Romania, but in 1940 the USSR took it over, and in 1991 Moldova declared independence. Sheesh, that's awesome. Oh, okay, interesting. Man,
but it's
politics.
One of the video, they knew he was in Romania because in one of the videos that he did to address Greta, there was a pizza box. That's you from Romania, so they're like, "Oh, this motherfucker home." But that's what
they're gonna know anyways. You can't come in and out of Romania through passports and through airports without the if they want to find you.
Yeah, but I
no, it's like what day.
In the EU, they gonna find you. And he wasn't like he was hard to find. He was in the UK doing interviews. He was all over Europe doing stuff. So like, if they want to find him, they don't need to see a pizza box to find him. You get what I'm trying to say?
I'm just reporting what they say.
Yeah. Well, listen. Right now, information is sparse out there. I think some people who believe he's a human trafficker and all these things are going to jump for joy and they want to see him down. And look, at the end of the day, if these charges are true, then yeah, throw the book at him. I don't care. Like, somebody's holding people hostage or holding people against their will, whatever the punishment is in Romania. You wanted to go there to get away from the law in the UK. Whatever the law is in Romania, you got to live by that, right? However, if it isn't true, and this is just some kind of smear campaign or some other bullshit, then that'll be very disappointing.
Yeah, it's a smear campaign by the the police who investigate terrorism. They're really big into smear campaigns over there.
Because I think trying to cancel someone for an influence that you deem is extremely detrimental by using the law. We've seen that.
This is cancel culture, brother. Look at his face, man. I don't think he's buying this. He doesn't look like he's buying this. Is that Preach? I think Preach is the one being like, I don't know if I can follow you down this rabbit hole.
A few times already, and I just don't like that.
I have nothing to say because I don't have any information on that, so I can't make any speculations.
No, you can speculate. Like, police usually don't bring serious charges like that unless they have some pretty damning evidence, especially at that type of crime. Like, you're accusing them of being like mob bosses.
Can't make like, oh, this is what happened. This is because of this or that or whatever. That this is a proof of. I don't know. Yeah, but what's your? And as a matter,
I'll do it.
And as a matter of fact, Abba was like, yeah, we could cover it, and I said, no, we're not. Not now. We ain't got shit.
But he got rolled. And now he's here having to say, I don't have any opinions. Oh, jeez.
Like the wonderful philosopher. Lil Wayne said, "You like a bitch with no ass. I ain't got shit."
You don't have to speak on the validity of the charges. I think there's something to be said, though, about the fact that there is a concerted effort to get this guy removed from every social media platform, that there is people who are trying to curb this man's...
Man, it's almost like professionals can recognize someone who is dangerous and bad for young people. It's almost like we don't have to wait for police to bring charges for executives at corporate offices to be like, this is bad for our brand and we should not have it on our platform. Like, come on, guys. Come on.
Influence. Some people say it's justified because he's dangerous. Other people say it's bullshit. And I always said the deplatforming wasn't going to have the effect it intended. And I think even now he's still very large.
Is this cancel culture gone too far, everybody?
In terms of his social media presence. Yep. I see him do interviews and they hit millions and millions of views to this day.
He already got freed?
In fact, his videos are still popular on TikTok or in other places, and young men are still flocking to hear about this too. So I don't think the deplatforming campaign that went up against him worked. And so, for the fans of his who already love his work and have already seen him deplatform, when these charges are brought up, what do you think they're thinking right now?
So we had a Romanian in the chat saying, like, the police will have to ask to detain him for like 30 days, and then they can renew that detainment based off of evidence they find. And when I look into it, it's like people are just saying, like, yeah, he has been arrested, he's been detained.
This is a sham. This is a fucking sham. But the thing that happened, like you said,
it's gonna turn him into a mark.
That's the thing.
Here, Romanian prosecutors asked a Bucharest court on Friday. This is from the Globe and Mail. Asked a Bucharest court on Friday to extend the detention of Andrew Tate by 30 days after the divisive internet personality was arrested on suspicion of yada, 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 yada. So yeah, they've got him, and they're like going to court saying, like, can we keep him? And we don't know what the court has said yet.
Not because I hate the dude. I don't know the dude. I have nothing against the dude, personally. I hope this is true.
Oh, I missed some bits.
I hope this is true, because if it's not true, nobody's gonna believe nothing you say.
Okay, got you.
If you went that route and it's actually not true, you're shooting yourself in the whole ass leg.
That makes me think of like parts of Germany that will still try to like refer to them from the historical regions that got, you know, like sucked up by the larger nation state. Canada has a similar thing where our province, Alberta, kind of seceded. Excuse me. Oh my God. Pardon me. One of our provinces seceded, and it was before Quebec. Wexit, everybody.
To do an investigation like this and then charge somebody, I would hope they did.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Just because of I hope it's true. Because if it's not, you're fucking up a whole bunch of people.
True.
You're fucking up victims. You're fucking up the system.
Really?
You're fucking up a whole bunch of people. If this shit is not true, you will not be able, if that was your point, to cancel this dude.
Yeah, but we probably want to hang on to him a bit just to check out, you know? Just kind of have a little look-see, take a look around his house, just double check, you know, just in case. And people have been saying some pretty crazy stuff. In fact, he's been going on social media and saying some pretty crazy stuff. So, you know, like, society is probably better off if we just hang on to him for a bit. Just double check, you know, let's just make sure.
Well, you will not. This dude is going to be a superhero. He's already, after all that you did with the deplatforming and everything, he's still a superhero. You understand what I'm saying? Invited a bunch of places and stuff like that. If this shit is not.
No, those people are like, yeah, they're kind of tying their fate with him, you know, guilty by association. Do you really want to stand Andrew Tate right now? Come on.
My God. No, like Abba says, good Lord.
True.
You fucked that one up.
True. This is gonna be a big one. I'm curious to see how this is gonna unfold. This is gonna be huge. They did an investigation for these last like 7-8 months and then charged him. So this is not like, I imagine there's probably some political pressure involved in this case because of how he makes Romania look in regards to the greater EU.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, this one looks a little bit shifty.
And the second thing,
they laying charges. It doesn't mean he's guilty.
No,
but they're not doing that off of nothing.
No, and if you are, that's fucked up. And second thing, if he gets scot free because you don't have enough.
No, but you know what would be fucked up?
What?
If they do charge him in some kind of sham court.
Yeah.
You know what?
A sham court.
He left the UK because the courts and the laws were bullshit. Went to Romania, said the laws here are fine. They could be.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
Bought or whatever. Turns out they can't.
They can't.
Because there's somebody with more money that can fuck.
I thought he said he went to Romania because it's easier to bribe the corrupt judicial system. So if even a corrupt system is like, this guy's super bad and we got to get rid of him, that's kind of a bad look.
You over. That's fucked up too.
That's fucked up too.
So, well, regardless of how you look at it,
this is going to be big.
I think so. I think so.
Well, we're just gonna stand by and wait, I guess. There's nothing much more I can do.
Let us know what you guys think. You guys think Top G gonna make it?
Woo!
Well, they're saying that, yeah, like, wow. Imagine the irony of him moving here, where, you know, the laws are, yeah, I don't know what they're even saying. That the laws are better in Romania, and then they get caught anyway. I don't know. He moved because of the Me Too stuff. It sounds like he would have to. I mean, gosh, a surge of feminism for a misogynist? Probably gonna be a conflict there. All right, let's listen to Moist Critical. He's usually got some good takes. You know, he's about as daily as a bowl of cereal.
That Andrew Tate is one of the most entertaining clowns the internet has to offer. But today, the circus finally closed. Andrew Tate...
Pretty good impression. Yeah. My impression's about as good as a clown that puts on makeup.
And that zit that has latched himself on to Andrew Tate like a leech, Tristan, his brother, have both been arrested on human trafficking charges. The clip of Tate being escorted to the police vehicle instantly went viral, and I really love how the officers are dressed in this video because it looks like they're ready to fight the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but then it's just this goofy goober Andrew Tate. Now, this isn't Tate's first rodeo with human trafficking charges, but last time he just blamed it on swatting, calling it all just fake and a hoax. And all the meat riders that attached themselves to Andrew Tate's butthole like a hemorrhoid, of course, wrote this off as corruption and a bunch of baloney. But now it's happening again, and this one seems a lot harder to just dismiss. But you know what they say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, well then you're just breaking out of the matrix, am I right, hustlers? The Hustlers University is what Andrew Tate is most famous for. You pay $50 a month for a Discord server, which is the most pathetic thing on the planet, and I think adds to the comedy of Andrew Tate and all of his...
Wait, how much do you pay for Andrew Tate's server?
Hustlers University is what Andrew Tate is most famous for. You pay $50 a month for...
$50 a month? How much did... Barely, if you're willing to tell us. How much did you pay for the H3... What was it? You said you were in the Leftovers... Was it the Leftovers Discord you were in? I'm just kind of want the comparison.
For a Discord server, which is the most pathetic thing on the planet, and I think adds to the comedy of Andrew Tate and all of his fans.
$50 a
and
month.
In that
Yeah,
godforsaken Discord server.
Yeah, $5 a month. That sounds like, yeah, you know, put money in the hat at the door, please.
For axes like Alcoholics Anonymous, where people just hype each other up and tell each other their problems with not getting laid or not being financially stable, while getting lectures from people that aren't even Andrew Tate on the most basic stuff imaginable. They hype themselves up as top G alpha males, but they're pissing away $50 a month to learn basic drop shipping techniques and how to do push-ups. I'm gonna let all of you in on a secret. Even the people that are very successful that like Andrew Tate are not stupid enough to be paying $50 a month for advice you can find on WikiHow. It is so embarrassing. It's a scam, and you're not in on it. You're the victim, and yet you're so brainwashed you continue to swallow his whole meat for it with a smile on your face.
I don't know. I disagree here. I think a lot of what culture is taking like the same type of information and repackaging it based off of your style or context or what have you. And so like, yeah, it might just be really basic social niceties or like how to be normal around women and maybe like gain their trust. I don't want to imagine, or like how to do push-ups. Let's take a more basic example. Learning how to do a push-up on WikiHow is not the same as being part of a community of other people who are learning the thing together as delivered by somebody you respect as an authority figure. So like, I don't know. I wouldn't be so quick to say like, this is still, I think the fact that people were paying $50 a month and that it was largely successful speaks to like the gravity of the situation, that there are so many hopeless men who are like desperate for someone to give them, I don't know, a masculinity to perform, that, you know, they're willing to pay money, hard money, 10 times the normal amount to, you know, have some pretty basic information repackaged. And that's where like Moist Critical's like harshness is coming in. He's like, can't they see the con? Well, I'm saying, no, they can't see the con. Obviously not. They're seeing like, hey, it's a thought leader. Herder. We're going to pull up later, and I think a post from r/teachers, because teachers have been on the front line of dealing with young boys like loving Andrew Tate. less Andrew Tate's fault and more society's. He didn't exactly scam. You got exactly what you paid for. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of where I'm drawing the line. People, the market will pay what the market will bear. And if he could, what is it? A fool and his money are soon parted. If he could put $50 on the table and people picked it up, you know what I mean? Exactly. You love Andrew Tate? Oh man. I mean, I would reassess considering the extraordinarily damning claims made against him. If any of them bear out, that's... Ugh.
He is preying on insecure men, and he is doing everything he can to keep you a virgin. When you're a virgin, you're a Hustlers University student. When you're a virgin, you're an Andrew Tate supporter because he's feeding you things you want to hear, and you're taking it as, telling it like it is. Meanwhile, you're unhappy and still not getting laid. And
it's not you're not going to get closer to like, I guess in this case it would have to be women by listening to a dude. You're probably going to have to talk to women. Probably a simpler exercise.
He's also giving you bad financial advice because when you're making money, you'll learn that everything he's saying is fucking worthless. So he needs to keep you just broke enough to afford the $50 a month that you're wasting on his awful techniques and awful advice. Andrew Tate's entire business and career relies on you being insecure and financially unstable. So obviously he doesn't actually want you to succeed. You're just paying money for hopium.
Yeah, that's the con. Like it's not exactly a scam. It's just like a perverse business model. You know that you're not providing something of particular. Well, I mean, you trick yourself into believing you're providing something of value. Like, oh yeah, I'm turning all these betas and alphas. But it's not actually true. Like, it's not true.
Snap out of it. You leaving Hustlers University is you leaving the Matrix. Goddammit. Just think about all the money you'll save not paying for that shit. You could afford a gym membership. Then you could access free information for workouts online that'll actually give you results. You can get big and strong like me. This is very long-winded. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked because we're talking about Andrew Tate and it's such a wacky situation. I couldn't help but throw all this in here. But yeah, Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, they've been arrested on human trafficking charges following an investigation that's been ongoing for quite some time. And the way that they actually apprehended him is extremely silly. It all ties back to a Twitter argument he had with a teenage girl. I'm sure you've all seen it. It was very public. He made this statement to Greta Thunberg about the emissions and his supercars and all that. And then she responded with a dunk on him that went viral. It's one of the top 25 most liked posts on all of Twitter right now.
Go like that post.
3 million likes and counting.
3.5
basically just saying
when
he
I
has
saw
small dick energy in response to what he said to her. And this sent him into meltdown mode. He very clearly got a bit hurt by this
Imagine if he took more than one take.
response. And one of his immediate tweets after this was talking about having sex with her, where some fucking lunatic on there is like, Andrew Tate and Greta need to fuck already.
That'll show her.
And he just responded saying she isn't ready, which is super creepy and weird, just actual degenerate shit here. And when I first read this, I thought this was just full mask-off pedophilia. I didn't realize Greta Thunberg was 19. I thought she was still 16 or something.
No, she aged.
So when I read this conversation, I thought they were just openly talking about fucking kids. I had lost my marbles for a second. I had to Google to make sure that these weren't just two people admitting to being pedophiles. But yeah, it turns out that she is 19, but that doesn't make it any less awful to say shit like this. But all of this stress of being dunked on in such a big way was clearly very taxing on the smooth brain of
13 or 30 looking person.
So he then made a response video.
All I know is that Western Canada had a bunch of really messed up memes that they loved that all were based around having sex with her, and it was during a time when she was 17 just turning 18, and it was incredibly cringe, and it was just y'all need to check yourself. What are you doing? What? Some of them got tattoos or put it on their trucks. It was bad.
It's a very cringe response video. I actually think they should have slapped on an additional charge for cringe.
True.
He should have been hit with human trafficking and overwhelming plus ultra fucking turbo cringe, because this response video was abominable.
It was
anyway,
bad.
He made this video, posted it out there, big smile on his face, super excited. I'm gonna get the last laugh. You don't dunk on me. I come in here and I fucking dunk on you. But then a nude slam and jammer entered into the equation. The Romanian authorities. You see, in this video, he made a mistake. he included a pizza box from a Romanian pizza place, which let the authorities know that he was still in the country. So, after realizing that, they tracked him down and arrested him today. The authorities gathered all the evidence they needed, and because Andrew Tate couldn't fight the urge to...
No, honestly, there's been a couple of videos with him, and I think it's Joel Haver. If you haven't seen Joel Haver's content on YouTube, go check him out. He's incredible. And he blew up because of his animation style, and then did some. There's this incredible arc where Charlie was cop. I'll actually pull it up after this because it's. We might need a break if you can't find it. But a bunch of people were imitating Charlie, and all like taking on his likeness, and they did it for months. It was a good arc. It was a good arc.
Publicly argue with a teenage girl on Twitter.
Here's the one that was actually incredible. We'll watch it after this.
They got him and his brother. It's almost poetic in a sense. He got finally taken down because he just absolutely couldn't fight his own ego.
Impressionist arc.
It's a guy who gets a lot of credit for being smart despite being an absolute fucking buffoon. Like a legitimate goddamn troglodyte. He made this emotionally charged, absolutely pathetic response video to try and look cool once again for his audience, and in doing so, he led the authorities right to him and his brother, who had been, I guess, evading them for quite some time. Pretty wild situation, honestly. He begged, he whined, cried, threw a tantrum, demanding he get his Twitter account back, and that ended up being the thing that put the final nail in his coffin here, it seems. Now, of course, we'll have to wait and see what happens with the charges and where this goes from here. But I think it's a little hard to explain away 2 instances of human trafficking with Andrew Tate here and raids on his property. That's not just a common occurrence. That's not something that just happens like a whoops-a-daisy. I guess it wasn't human trafficking. We made a mistake here. We got wires crossed. He's actually completely innocent. That's not something super normal. Of course, mistakes do happen when it comes to law enforcement, but human trafficking is one that doesn't pop up all that often.
No.
And I know a lot of people like to say it's just because Andrew Tate was so powerful and telling it like it is. He was revealing the truth and breaking out of the Matrix.
What the
fuck are you talking about, you goddamn idiot? All he was saying is like, oh, you need to treat women this way, and they're going to treat you this way, and you'll get pussy this way. And you need to do this kind of drop shipping in order to make this kind of money. Like, that's not exactly something that the government's going to have a huge issue with. Him feeding you bad information on getting pussy and bad information on making money. Like, he's not revealing any kind of crazy secrets that the government would try and come after him for. He's just an internet asshole. He's just a troll who found a way to milk money out of insecure dudes. That's not something that the big eye in the sky...
That's the part that's kind of weird, is that there's so many desperate men that, you know what I mean? Like, why is this a whole industry? Why is this like a whole ass industry?
Oh, the man behind the curtain's gonna come after him to silence him with false charges. This isn't some giant espionage movie. It's all pretty simple to follow stuff. Like, if you stop to think about it for a couple of seconds, it just doesn't make any sense why they would come after him if there's no real charges or any...
I mean, if you go down the road of like R word kits in America, like what happens? No, I thought it was the Anita Sarkeesian arc, the Gamergate stuff, that really paved the way for men to get all messed up. But the thing that preceded the Me Too movement was like the abominable like test rate for kits, and so like women lost all faith in the justice system. And when I tried to like talk from that perspective, like, yeah, but you know, you gotta assess every claim, like, I really got my ass handed to me by women who are just like, do you have any idea what it actually looks like to try to like bring that stuff forward in court and stuff? It's crazy.
Need like real stuff, shady stuff going on. But yeah, the human trafficking charges are extremely concerning now. It's some very serious shit, and I've already seen some extremely hard cope from Andrew Tate's fans saying that human trafficking is not even a big deal anyway. Like, it's blown way out of proportion, or, you know, it's not a real issue, which is super alarming to read. Like, goddamn, to think human trafficking is not a big deal is mind-blowing. Very brain-dead stuff. But again, we'll have to wait and see what happens now going forward since he's been arrested. We'll see what comes from it. but I still find it to be a wacky situation, and you know, it's a little odd that it's happened twice now. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff that I thought was.
Yeah, there's like a industry for it. I.e. Kevin Spacey, from what I know, nothing has come of that yet, and his life has been ruined. I mean, he posted that video that was so cringy, like he already kind of, like, it doesn't even matter if he's innocent. He posted that really bizarre, like that really bizarre video where he's like talking in the character but not. Kevin Spacey charged with 7 additional sex offenses in UK, November 16th, 2022. This was a month ago. He got charged again. Yeah, no, he beat some charges, and then another prosecutor's office brought charges against him. 3 of indecent assault, 3 of SA, and 1 of causing a person to engage in SA without consent. Charges relate to 2001, 2004, and they all took place against the same adult male, according to a statement from the UK's Crown Police Service. And then if he never went to the UK again, he couldn't have been arrested. You're telling me there's no extradition treaty between America and UK? Really? It's gotta be. Didn't they extradite Assange? I mean, that's why they're not in the international court. It seems like there's been one since 2003. Looks like they've had an extradition treaty since 2003. So I don't know where you getting your information. Yeah, I'm just gonna go right to the consulate. I'm just gonna go straight to whatever's the most authoritative and just see what they say. But no, whatever. Either way, like that video he posted was so cringe. I couldn't even. Okay, we're moving on. We've got Asmongold, but I think a more fun thing to watch would be when Hassan made Tate run away.
Andrew, I've seen some of your work as you're doing the rounds on Twitch here, and Andrew, I've seen some of your work as you're doing the rounds on Twitch here, and a lot of the things that you said that you've been called out on, specifically in regards to like women driving, as a matter of fact, are just generally untrue. There's no empirical evidence to back up those claims, which is why you resort to anecdotes quite frequently and say things like, oh, well, it's just common sense, right? But it's not technically common sense. It's just your personal opinion.
Completely. It's my personal opinion based on my personal biases of my life experience. Now, when I say these, exactly. And when I say these things, X amount of people agree with me and X amount of people.
There might be like some carve out in the extradition treaty for certain crimes.
Will disagree with me. That's fine, and that's the same of nearly any statement in the world.
Yeah, there it is. Cool.
Okay,
but I can say the world is round, and there'll be a
Do you have the source?
Percentage of people who disagree with me. That's totally and utterly fine. I come on here and talk about my own personal experiences, and my experiences men are better drivers than women. I'm not saying there's no good female drivers. I'm not saying a female can't.
No. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. There is a truth, and then there is your own personal experiences backed by anecdotes, right? Or your own personal opinion backed by anecdotes from your own personal experiences. Now, your own personal experiences are oftentimes going to be incorrect and not close to the reality. That's why there's an entire field of statistical analysis. That's why we do empirical
stats.
That's why we rely on empirical evidence when we're
Everyone
making
hates
decisions.
that class.
Why? Because we all carry a bunch of personal biases, and when we analyze situations, we do not have enough scope to grasp the entirety of the situation. We cannot comprehend it with our human brains.
Bro, listen,
which is why when it comes to women driving, it's a funny point because the truth is different. The truth is the exact opposite.
No, listen. First things.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why insurance companies tend to be biased against men, because they have more cases of reckless driving.
First, there's lies, there's damn lies, and there's statistics. I'm sure you've heard that from Mark Twain. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you're deriving.
Hit him with the Twain.
You can massage numbers, but
you're deriving your truth from an internet study. That's fine. You can derive your truth from an internet study on a bunch of different things. The truth of life.
It's just an internet study, everybody.
is the truth that you experience as an individual. That is the only truth that we all live within. You live within your truths, I live within my truths, because these are the truths I've experienced as an individual. If certain things happen to you over and over and over and over and over again, but the truth on the internet says it's not true, that doesn't mean that your experiences are any less real.
15. So I think it's important to reflect upon how like the two young lads there are like the hosts here, and very much are like about to be swayed by one of these two people, and obviously very much in Tate's camp because he was the primary guest and Hassan kind of asked to come on.
For you to come here and say the internet says X, especially
your experiences can be real. You could be a statistical anomaly, as a matter of fact. You can be one of those people, but more often than not, more often than that.
Then I want to talk to you because I keep letting you talk and you're finishing your point and I'm trying to talk. So
okay, go ahead.
I'm going to. The fact that you're going on the internet, finding some study and saying that this is the truth, especially after the age of COVID and all the fucking truth we were told with that garbage, you want to sit here and say, oh, the internet said X. I'm sure the internet did. I'm talking about my personal experiences, and some people agree with me and some people do not. That is perfectly fine. Don't give a fuck if people agree with me or otherwise. People are listening to me and they're either agreeing with me or
I know, but
not.
you're still wrong, and that's the problem.
I disagree with you.
Do you want to be right, or do you want to keep speaking into a hug box where people agree with you? And
Prove
then,
to me I'm
wrong. Well, if you just completely devalue empirical evidence, actuarial sciences, the entirety of the insurance industry that relies on making these sorts of calculations.
It's big science, everybody. Big science produces capital T truth, and that's what they feed libs who then give them tax breaks so that universities can do research. I don't know where I'm going.
To ensure that these quotes are as profitable as possible, which ends up charging men higher rates than women, as a statistical likelihood that men are more dangerous drivers than women across the board and get into more car accidents across the board. If you're going to look at all of that and say it doesn't matter because that does not correspond to my own personal experiences, then you're silly. You're being silly. You're being a silly person. If everyone thought like you did, right, we would have no scientific achievements on this planet. We would still be living inside of fucking caves. As much as...
Oh, shit. Twitter data leaked? 400 million user details up for sale. Oh. Okay. Hold up. What? Yeah. I knew it. I knew Twitter was going to be dangerous. They fired all the people who keep it safe. Shit. Threat actors are allegedly selling data of 400 million Twitter users, including celebrities, businesses, and government organizations. That could be you. Hours before Christmas, when everybody was probably with their family, threat actors posted an ad on a well-known hacker forum claiming they were selling the data of over 400 million Twitter users. Not confirmed yet? The dataset includes Twitter handles, usernames, email addresses, and phone numbers. People behind the leak claim they are willing to sell the data for 50 grand. According to the post on the hacker forum, the data scrape was possible due to an unnamed vulnerability, a 0-day. Data leaks of such scale are often possible due to system flaws that allow harvesting information at scale, a practice known as scraping. It's funny to hear journalists talk about technology sometimes. Here's the post. Hello, dear breached users. I'm selling data of plus 400 million unique Twitter users that was scraped via vulnerability. This data is completely private and includes emails and phone numbers of celebrities, politicians, companies, normal users, and a lot of OG and special usernames. You can read full use case of data here. Twitter or Elon Musk, if you are reading this, you are already risking a GDPR fine over 5.4 million breach. Imagine the fine of 400 million users breach. Source. Oh, fuck. Should we know that these claims happen all the time? True. Your best option to avoid paying 276 million USD in GDPR breach fines like Facebook did, yada, 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 is to buy this data exclusively. Okay, all right. Okay, buddy. Which can go through the official owner middleman on here or admin here. After that, I'll delete this thread and not sell data again. Okay, we believe you. And data will not be sold to anyone else, which will prevent a lot of celebrities and politicians from phishing crypto. Wow. I guess the part that matters is if people believe this is true and mainstream media picks it up, then it further adds to this idea that Musk is not the genius billionaire he sold himself to be, and Tesla's stock price plummets as a result, which is already doing bad. The author of the post shared 2 samples of the supposedly scraped data. Hours before Christmas, December 23rd, 2022, 1:35 p.m. is the post. It might have been a separate case that you're finding, but their cited post says December 23rd. It turned out to be true. So the other one from November, this seems like a totally separate one. Yada yada yada. On December 23rd, Ireland's Data Protection Commission launched a probe into Twitter over July's data breach. Data leak affecting 400 million Twitter users would fuel a smoldering fire surrounding Musk company's data security practices. Oh, the double apostrophe. Yada 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 yada. Okay, big news.
Because I love Liver King personally, I don't think that that would be a good planet to live on. I'm pretty happy for, I don't know, all the medical achievements, all the scientific achievements that we have reached. And at the heart of all of that, all of those accomplishments lies an understanding of arriving at the truth through empirical evidence.
You done?
Yeah.
Cool.
You done?
In my personal experience,
My turn to talk.
All of the car crashes I've been involved in, all the times my car was hit, and all the negative experience I've had on the road, women were at fault. That is, now you can sit here and say the insurance claims say that. I never said the insurance claims don't say that. I'm saying that I am not comfortable with women driving because of my personal experience. Those are my personal experiences. You can drag up all the empirical evidence in the world you want to try and drag up. Anyone with a brain knows how that aids the world agendas anyway. I don't want to go too political on a stream that's going to get taken down. So I'm not saying that I can't find a female race car driver. I'm not saying that.
That's not what I'm saying either. I'm not talking about like statistical anomalies. I'm straight up talking about the overwhelming amount of evidence that suggests that women are more careful drivers than men. Okay? And therefore better drivers than men. You keep resorting back to your
Looks
personal
like it's
anecdotes. So let me let me walk you through this, right?
Brother,
Do you agree that human beings have biases?
Do me a favor.
Okay. But hey, I respected your time. Do you want to answer my question? Do you believe that human beings have biases?
Oh, absolutely. We're all biased.
Okay.
Completely.
Do you think that those biases might cloud your judgment?
It's not about clouding judgment.
Not just your personal not just your own personal judgment. Do you think our biases might cloud our personal judgment?
I think every single person on earth is biased and lives within a biased reality.
Absolutely. That's absolutely true. If you agree with me on both of those accounts, you understand that your anecdotes, your own personal accumulation of information, is going to be clouded by your own personal biases. So you're not going to be able to assess the information adequately in the same way that empirical evidence would.
True.
This is precisely why we look at data rather than make arguments around our... Wait, let me finish. Come on.
I understand what you're saying.
This is precisely why we do that.
We went over the same point like 5 times here.
Everyone's saying kick you. You're long-winded the point. You're saying that the empirical evidence is saying X, so it doesn't matter what my personal experience is.
Yes, exactly.
That's fine. My point is, let me change it. Let's say that the empirical evidence says that a pit bull is more likely to bite you than a Dalmatian. But in your life experience, every time you went near a Dalmatian, it bit you, and a pit bull never did. Are you going to go up to a Dalmatian still completely and go, oh, it's fine, completely unbiased because the empirical evidence says X when you're covered in scars? No. You're going to say, Dalmatians bite me for some reason, and I'm not comfortable around Dalmatians. That's called human nature. Okay. So I'm telling you my personal experiences, and I don't care. I understand your point. Buddy. Empirical evidence says X. Women in this country can do X. I completely get that. Secondly, it's also country because you're only talking about America because you're American and you don't see outside of the world. That's fine.
I'm Turkish, actually. I grew up in Turkey.
That's not the point. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is I'm uncomfortable with a woman driving. And if you actually ask most women, if it gets late at night or it starts getting dark or it starts raining heavily or the parking gets difficult, they usually ask the man to drive themselves. I know many women who do that. They're not offended by my assumption. I know loads of women who go, oh, I don't want to park. You park it.
I was wondering if you picked up on that too, eh?
It's not a bad thing about it. Who gives a shit, right? It's not even a big deal. You've come on here.
I mean, that's part of being dual nationality. I mean,
deciding you really want to stick up for the chicks and maybe, one of them will drive over to your house. It's cool. We've got better things.
I've definitely
I think look. Let's be real. I don't think I need to be a male feminist to be able to attract women. Okay. However, having said that, that was a funny implication. Having said that, you are failing to recognize what I am trying to say. I walked you through these steps.
Proud of Britain? You proud of Britain? After Brexit and Liz Truss?
Slowly but surely. The thing is, the Dalmatian example that you gave is great because you are creating now a hypothetical
Britain isn't a
scenario
race.
In which you want your opponent to
Isn't British?
I can do the exact same thing and say, well, in my personal experience, Dalmatians.
I mean, you say that, but how certain are you on that? I mean, from what I understand, like, Britain is, if they ever lose, if they are no longer the center of the financial world, what does Britain have to offer?
Never bite, or pit bulls never bite, whichever one you thought was the more aggressive breed, right? In my personal experience, what if in a million times that I have bred pit bull?
Here's another way to put it. If an island can't do diplomacy, what happens? Economic, militaristic, technology. That's true, but it's very much an empire in decline, I would say. Like, you all had your peak, and slowly but surely you're losing your status in the world. And like the clearest example is the inability of an island, well, sort of island country. I know you share it with others, but like for that region of the world to not be able to form trade relations with Europe, like that's bad. That's extremely bad. That'd be like if Canada couldn't form trade relations with America. Like, we would be screwed, and it wouldn't really matter how good things were in the past because you don't have trade, you don't have much of an economy.
Or been around pit bulls, not a single one of them has ever been aggressive. We will never be able to arrive at a meaningful solution or a resolution to this conversation if we're both operating on personal anecdotes and hypotheticals.
Wait, you think the EU felt strong-armed by Brexit? Because I'm pretty sure they just let the bottom fall out. And that's why there's a bunch of, like, economic calamities happening in Britain, right?
Hypotheticals. That is not how you can conduct an appropriate debate.
I don't think anyone
now you're saying
Brexit
the thing I just said. I have my own biases, my personal experiences, and I say them. Some people disagree, and some people agree, and I don't care. You now come along.
But you're still wrong, though, because I'm not operating on biases when I talk about women driving. I'm talking about the empirical evidence. I might have personally thought women are worse at driving than men.
I don't know. Liz Truss lasting 40 days is that's bad. That's extremely, that just screams political instability.
And as well, but once you arrive.
One of the hardest things about trade is, for democratic nations, is when there's a change of leadership, especially if it's between two very polarized parties, will my relationship as another country change? Will suddenly Canada have to put up a wall because Trump is elected? You know?
Once you look at the evidence and you realize that said evidence suggests something else, you're probably not going to continue believing the prior thing that you believed, right?
We got the same system here in Canada.
We've
Stole it from you.
the same point like 5 times, and I think we're just.
I know, but it's just weird because I can't I can't break through Andrew's.
I understand your point. You're saying that even if I thought
here.
We're losing the girl.
No.
I mean, that's kind of the same thing, right? Party instability. A political party is unstable, therefore political. You know.
Exactly. I want to talk to her. He's saying even if I thought women were worse drivers, I've seen empirical evidence, and I'm so smart that I ignore my own eyes and ears and believe what the internet tells me. That's what he's coming along.
That's not what I'm
saying.
asking you to do, my friend.
I'm sure you're double vaccinated. It all makes sense to me now. You believe what you're told to believe. You don't believe your own eyes. You don't believe your own ears. And that's what you're going to sit here and talk about empirical evidence that you found on Google. Cool. If you believe everything that's on Google, that is.
What's a recent law that got passed? Just the party can't seem to decide on a good PM? Yeah, but don't you think don't you think that's wild? The party in power can't decide after several iterations who should lead the country. And they're also navigating an enormous political disaster that they themselves brought about. And when they tried to find a leader like Liz Truss, she really, really put salt in the wound and really said to the common people, we only care about the rich. Like, that was kind of why she only lasted 40 days, right? Like, she put this bill, this law, that would have just massively benefited rich folk at the detriment to the poor. There's like 4 to 5 legislation passed. Okay, I believe you. I mean, it's not like America where everything's deadlocked or whatever.
Your prerogative, my friend. And if you think that makes you sound smart in the modern world after the 3 years we've just been through, to say that I read a piece of paper that tells me to believe X, so I believe X, and I ignore my own personal experiences, and you think
I'm not asking you to ignore your own personal experiences. I'm simply asking you to look at the data.
So let's change the subject because you've just proven your point.
Okay, Andrew, do you believe? Well, I didn't. You didn't really prove anything, but it's cool. Do you believe the Earth is flat, or do you believe the Earth is spherical? Round.
Aldi has his headphones on.
Yeah, oh, he took his headphones off?
He gets very stressed sometimes, and
Yeah. No. You can't have it both ways. Like political instability. Like if in Canada, an example of political instability is that our Conservative Party has had like multiple different leaders in a short amount of times. You don't come off as rude. Conservative Party has had a bunch of different leaders. Pierre Poilievre is the latest. And the reason they're cycling through is because they keep coming up against a stable political party. Now, that might not say that Canada as a whole is politically unstable. It just might say that that political party is unstable. But if you looked at something like the Freedom Convoy, where a bunch of people exercised their right to protest and then took it too far, and it raised all these really intense political questions, like how to apply this Emergencies Act, then that looks like political instability to the world, because if you're a tourist and you go into Ottawa and it's like locked down by a bunch of yahoos, it doesn't look like it's a coherent country, right? Like, you're like, what's going on here? I can't buy goods and services. So yeah, like I guess I can see your point. But one usually begets the other. The reason the Freedom Convoy happened is because the Conservative Party is unstable, is because the Conservative Party is going through a split, you know? You disagree that politics as a whole are unstable in the UK? I don't know, man. You had the Truss not lasting 45 days in office. That seems insane, particularly because of a pro-rich, anti-poor legislation. Like, that's the definition of like the political scene detaching itself from the real country and like starting to become parasitical and like feed off of the country. It's pretty much how I read Brexit, was a bunch of rich people feeding off of the populace in order to skirt European regulations,
Yeah, it's cool. It's important,
We'll
sometimes you can't take the heat. Sometimes you can't take the heat, so you gotta get out of the kitchen a little bit. Andrew, do you believe the Earth is flat or round, spherical, globe?
Round.
You believe it's round, right? But when you walk outside, it feels like it's flat.
Brother, and I
It looks flat, it feels flat, but you believe it's round. Why do you believe the Earth is round?
Good point.
Because I have personal experience that would prove to me that the Earth is round.
Oh, you have personal experience. What happened? Right. Did you go up to the fucking moon? Is that how you figured it out?
Exactly. I flew up into space and I looked down on Earth and I saw a big circle.
That's crazy. Okay, you don't have to. Hey, listen, you don't have to concede on that point, but I think you and I both understand the importance of scientific. The importance of empirical evidence in that one, right? Or
all our fun.
Science.
And I saw him there, and I thought, wow, this guy, okay, he's gonna ruin the stream. We had a hot chick. Now you're here.
Did you? Is that what you thought?
Just chill out. Like,
so what's up? Is it a little bit more difficult when I'm not like the traditional like SJW looking person? Is that why it feels like the stream is a little bit more ruined?
No, it's not difficult. As a professional, I'll tell you the conversation we just had.
Yeah, dude, you've been kicked in the face and stuff. Like, I'm sure you can handle little old me.
Exactly. So I'll tell you as a professional the conversation we just had. I said I am biased and I don't believe women can drive. That's my personal experience. I don't care if anyone agrees.
Oh. Well, I mean, if you have a trusted mechanic, I would trust my mechanic. If they say it's like a V6 or something. Comes off as condescending. Well, it is condescending, but I mean, you kind of have to be at a certain point when someone's saying like, I reject science and substitute my own reality. Like that's basically what Tate is saying. I reject your reality and I substitute my own. And it's like, you can do that with some things, but you can't do it with all things, like you can't do it with like germ theory or gravity or like, in this case, women being safer drivers than men. There's just like decades of data you have to argue with. It's really hard.
You came along and said, don't interrupt me. You came along and said, no, that's not true because of the evidence. I came and said, I don't care about the evidence, my personal experience. You said, I also have personal experiences and we're all biased. I agreed. Then you said, even if I had personal experiences that said X, I would ignore them because the internet told me to believe Y. I believe what I am told.
That's not what I said. I said that regardless of my own personal biases that I might have, evidence is still more important than my personal biases.
When you guys are all talking at once,
and it's boring, and you've lost, and it's boring. So let's just move on to the next subject.
Is that what happens? You just say I'm boring and I lost, and then you win? Is that what it is?
Do a poll on the chat. And if you won, then we'll continue to talk it. But I'm sure you've lost. And
where have you seen that before? Let's do a poll to see if I'm right or wrong.
Okay. Do you want me to leave the conversation that desperately, Andrew? It seems like you're running away a little bit.
No, we're just going in a never-ending circle. Like, we
can move on from that. We can move on from the importance of science and Andrew's personal biases. Andrew, can you tell me a little bit about the Hustlers University, whatever that is? Not in a promotional capacity. I know that like you're doing the rounds on Twitch, and I know that that's probably giving you a big boost. But I want to understand, because you are a businessman. I want to understand how you generate revenue. Is it okay to get this information for free, or do I have to pay $50 and then maybe get an affiliate link and get other people to also join so I can
see if Hassan didn't want to do a dunk, he could have actually gotten information out of them, but he can't.
Make a 10% cut off of them also joining Hustlers University.
You can find everything on the website, and you can join if you want more information.
Yeah, like the thing that journalists are really good at is biting their tongue and not revealing what they've figured out on their like.
Fine.
So you don't want to share this information for free right now. You don't want to educate me on that.
I don't want to sit here and spend the next hour trying to accuse me of some bullshit.
I'm not. I'm here to learn. Andrew, you are a brilliant mind. Maybe a little rattled from the numerous concussions, but brilliant nonetheless. So I want to hear more about your business strategy if possible.
It's actually quite interesting that people who are too scared to get in the ring try and make fun of people who have bravery to try and make fun of.
No, I do think it's very brave. I do think it's very brave.
Oh, all right. So let's not detract the bravery of men who do things you're afraid to do. That's the first thing.
No. You are absolutely incredibly brave. You still might have CTE, but you are incredibly brave. I appreciate it.
Can't make fun of medical issues. Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is, I know you want to sit here and talk about hate you and try and break it down, and you've prepared a bunch of notes, etc.
I have no notes whatsoever. I'm a dumbass. I don't know anything I'm talking about. I'm simply here to learn from you.
Yo, can we stop with the sarcastic shit and just have an actual
No, I'm literally.
This is where Hassan is like full on gaslighting them. This was actually a crazy part where I'm like, Hassan, why, dude, don't. What are you doing?
But that's the truth.
Bro, you're being so sarcastic though. Like, why are you being so sarcastic? Like,
I'm not. I'm literally.
Bro, you just
come on. Go on. I'm asking questions.
Hassan. Yeah, you're being sarcastic. Like, listen.
Hassan, please. It's pretty clear that I was the better Hassan. So.
Yeah, that's agreed. I agree with that one.
If you could just get out the call, maybe it would fix the stream.
I think so.
He's the muscle. He's the muscle that's brought in to kick Hassan off.
If you guys would like me to leave the call, I can do that. I don't want to be. I don't want to be rude.
I gotta get back to work.
I do not want to be rude, boys. This is your stream. Andrew, I'd love to talk to you in more detail if you'd like to. I hope that one day you can educate me on your revenue strategies. It does look a little bad though if you feel as though I should leave the call because you feel like I'm overpowering you a little bit.
You should stay on the call, but I think
he bravely ran away.
Aware.
I am. Is that a bad question? Do you not educate?
Oh, come on, Hassan.
Thousands of young men about your business strategies? I want to know more.
Okay, I want you to be more socially aware and understand that since you've joined the stream, everyone's begging for you to leave. The vibe's down. It's boring. It's late at night for me. I came here to have fun. You're being boring. No one thinks you're cool. No one thinks you're intelligent. No one thinks you're funny.
I don't think I'm cool or intelligent. I just have questions, and you're not answering them for some reason. Why are we derailing?
I don't have to answer your questions. You're not the police. I don't have to answer your
No, not at all. No, I am not the UK police nor the Romanian one. I'm simply asking you questions about your business strategy, which you literally educate people on. I just want to know how you fucking how you do growth and revenue. Why can't I be a hustler? I want to be a hustler like you. I want to be a top G.
He's going so hard in the paint on this.
Top bloke. A proper bloke.
So much commitment.
You can find out more on the website. I would like the stream to get fun again. If you want to discuss this,
you don't think your educational content is fun for people to consume?
I think everyone's saying kick him. Read the chat. Have you guys read the chat on your stream?
You want me to leave that bad? If you want me to leave that bad, I'll leave.
You're just being. I mean, listen. I'm just a messenger, but you're just kind of like being sarcastic, making.
I'm not. I'm literally not. I promise. I swear to Allah that I want to know.
You were just saying wasn't sarcastic. Don't even. You can't even convince me that.
None of what I have mentioned is sarcastic. I truly would like to know more.
85% kick. 85%. No one thinks you're funny or interesting or witty. Your little comebacks, no one's interested in them. You haven't won anything.
It's okay. It's okay, Andrew. If you want, we can have a conversation.
All right. It's derailed. This is what happens when worlds collide. I can't believe there's I gotta go change my password now. Oh man. Oh jeez. All right. I'm gonna skip on the Asmongold. There was an r/teachers post. Good news for teachers. That misogynist nightmare person was arrested in Romania after accidentally outing his location in his rebuttal to Greta's tweet. Maybe this is the first step in the end of his stranglehold on some of our students. Top post is, it's up to us to use this as a teaching moment. Quote, and that, kids, is why it's not a great idea to idolize someone who treats people like objects. They might be a literal slave driver. Jesus. Certainly good news for women, especially those that he has assaulted. What a POS. Greta's clapback and his poor hurt little feelings, pulling I know you are, but what am I response that led to his arrest is my favorite thing about the internet. Excuse my ignorance, but is it only middle school kids that give this guy a second thought? Because my high school students, of those who even know who he is, seem to think of him more as a professional troll or a meme rather than someone to actually take seriously. That's a good question. I have one student who really likes him, freshman boy who doesn't really fit in with the others. Older kids don't find him nearly as interesting, so yes, I think it's more to a 7th, 9th grade thing. So yeah, people are celebrating. All right, everybody, tonight, it's the finals. Poet TV, that's caffeine.tv/Poet TV. There is going to be a new show that I'm helping produce. And it is going to be a bunch of slam poets doing their thing, submitting videos. And then we have our host, Mighty Mike McGee, and judges, Johnny Tran, Brandon Wint, and Sherry D. Wilson. Sherry D. Wilson is like Order of Canada, been one of the greatest poets. Brandon Wint is a great slam poet that's come to Montreal for some of our shows, and he's also produced an album. And Johnny Tran I know a bit less, but also a very well-known poet in the scene. So yeah, come on through. It should be tonight at 9 p.m. EST. And yeah, I'll be in the background doing the stream. So yeah, if you can make it, that'd be cool. It's a different platform, caffeine.tv. Totally, that's 3 a.m. Yeah, no, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. But yeah, that was the stream, everybody. Thanks for checking it out. All right, I'll be here probably tomorrow morning. Hopefully my computer doesn't have so many problems. Thanks for the new follows, Pickling, Big Almond, and I'll see you later. Au revoir. Bye. See ya. Thanks for all the chatting, barely. Roses are red, violets are blue. Andrew Tate got arrested, and Britain isn't poo. I give you a 6.0. It's a 6. 6. All right. Bye.